There's some stuff going on in the Osu community that I think is very funny. The specifically like the bug stuff, but I can't take a look at it until I can find replays for it. So if anyone has replays, then I'd be appreciative if he could send them to me. DM from a random person on Discord. They say this vid apparently explains it. I had to build a time machine in Osu to get this score. Do not try this glitch out, you will be banned. Wait. Okay, this is correct. Okay, thank you, Globe. That's awesome. Hell yeah. Let's watch this then. Felt bad, so let me say the random person's list here. I see I don't have Osu open, so she can't send it to me in, like, any form, so she had to get it through you. That's really funny. Ban every single person who set a silly score that was abusing a shitty rating code. See, here's the thing, right? The reason they're banned is because they are doing something and the devs don't know what they're doing, right? The devs are banning them in the case of potential foul play until they can figure out what exactly is happening, and then they're gonna probably be fine. Be real. Be so for real with me. They're probably gonna be completely fine. It's just a precaution. They restrict people to investigate things. They don't restrict people just to ban them. Anyway, with that out of the way.
The beat and the rhythm of the song. You see, while making the program for my other video, the Song Swapper, I ended up running into a bug where I would actually accidentally convert the beat map background into the MP3. Now, as you can imagine, that could have some super crazy unintended bugs.
Which would be really funny if that was the thing that happened with Data Eraser's Symphony, or whatever it's called.
Okay, what happened? What? Just... I've got score. I didn't even play yet.
Oh, no.
What? What? I don't know if you caught that, but I just time traveled. Maybe it's a slider, a circle, or maybe even a spinner, but regardless, it's being hit and it's being counted as 300 points. From there, we go...
No, it can't be a slider. It's impossible for it to be a slider. You would get the end, you would get the slider tail as well, so you would have more than 300. You would have, like, I think 310 points? So the only two options are if this is a zero-length spinner, or if this is a hit circle.
When a slider overlaps with a hit circle, there's a small chance that, for whatever reason, the hit circle just doesn't count as an actual hit. Or vice versa, where the slider doesn't count as an actual hit. And this is where what I was talking about before, where we could increase the object hit count, actually matters. Because if we do, we can go back to making the two values equal to each other, which means that the map is actually submittable again. And these leaderboards that don't have any scores can now have scores again. You see, they've been messing around with glitches similar to this, where instead of having a broken MP3, they'd have an MP3 file which would just have no data in it, instantly completing the map. But in turn, what would happen is you wouldn't be able to hit any of the objects in the map.
Yeah.
Except for spinners, which for whatever reason would instantly complete. If I found a way to complete that spinner more than one time by maybe warping back in time, I could create a sort of spinner generator where I would just keep getting the spinner to complete over and over and over again. Or in this case, until the total object count hit in the replay matches the total object count hit in the overall map, meaning that the score would now be submittable again.
This is wild. I don't know how to feel about this, considering, like, you are editing things outside of the game and you are getting, like outside assistance, but at the same time, it's a broken map with unintended gameplay aspects to it. Should this be allowed or not?
With a little bit more testing, I managed to make it work in a way where if I press the skip button, it will skip back in time to before where the spinner auto-completes.
So, by corrupting the audio file in a way where the start header is at a negative time, it tricks Osu into thinking the start of the beatmap metadata is also earlier, meaning we can get back into the range where we can skip the beginning of the beatmap again, replaying the spinner completion again, giving us a way to both go back in time as well as duplicate spinners. That's insane. The fact that there was a skip at the start to begin with. But wait, no, I thought he said that it only lets you hit things if you miss them the first time. But I guess with a spinner, if it is 0 length or close to 0 length, you get credit for the spinner without hitting it. Do you mean you get more combo than the map should have? Yes, and so your score doesn't get submitted if you use this on a normal map.
I can't necessarily explain this in words except through what you're about to see. So
Oh my god,
take a look at
they
the
show
clip
it! They show it!
and
Yes!
you'll see exactly
Dude!
what happens. This is us setting a score where we go back in time. I got 3 again.
Total objects missing from the map was 4, so we were attempting to add them back. And they're all in VC right now.
I got 4. Okay.
Wow. So there is he just mashing the skip button?
I got 4. Okay.
Wanted to all submit a score at the same time since we all worked on making this possible. Okay, yeah, fair.
And then we'll all go.
Didn't hit any notes
Alright.
on the map, so we would all have the same scores.
1,
That's also
2.
peak. That's really
3.
cool. That's really impressive. Do you know how
Okay.
much effort it would have taken to get the correct corruption
Please,
in the
this is
first place
crazy.
to
This
even
is
have
also
them be
so-
able to
so,
skip
like,
back in time far
it
enough
feels so much
to hit
more
the spinner,
stressful because
skip
there's
back,
actually
skip,
no
hit the
audio.
spinner,
There's
skip back.
nothing else.
So they're just waiting. Imagine waiting to see if this worked. Wow. Part 2 soon.
Oh, submits! We did it, guys! We did it.
Extra
We did it.
36.
Okay, we have successfully found a way to duplicate objects, duplicate spinners, and we've also successfully found a way to submit on these maps. It's over. It's
That's
actually
cool as
over.
hell.
Oh no. Means that I do this glitch correctly.
Hold on.
Wait a second. If I do this glitch correctly, that means that. Oh no.
Okay.
Oh no. Oh.
What happened there? What happened there? Frame by frame. Can he then hit objects usually unhittable with relax?
Oh no.
But relax scores don't submit, right? Unless he's found a way of making relax scores submit on stable. No? I have no idea what's coming next, but this is insane. Okay, so to recap, what is going on is he discovers the bug, he discovers the time skipping when he corrupts the MP3 file. He then goes to Shadow of Dark and Magic Animals, and they hunt this glitch to the point where they figure out a way to submit scores on 2B maps. The reason 2B maps don't submit scores to begin with is because the number of hit objects and the submitted scores number of hits do not match. If they can make the number of hits in the map equal the number of hit objects in the map, they can submit scores. So to do this, all of this time skipping stuff, so if they can make it so that they can skip over 4 auto hit spinners, boost the number of hit objects by 4 in the score, it will now match the number of hit objects in the map, and the score will be submittable. What is to do with it is making this 5 plus 527 equal 270 plus 260 plus 2. So that's 532. They needed the spinner at the start, 3 extra spinners to bring it up from where it would have been, which is 529, and then the rest of the map, if they miss everything, 5 plus 527 now equals 532, and they could submit the score. That's how they did it. Just cool as hell, man. That's cool as hell. Just let's just put that at the bottom of the screen. That's really impressive of them. Genuinely really impressive. Technically, you could FC the map with 5 extra combo. Did I get this right at least? No, incorrect. Because these are hit objects that are missing. These are hit objects that are missing from the end of the score. So if you do this with a normal map, you will be adding too many hit objects to equal the amount of hit objects that are in the map, and the score won't submit. Do loved 2B Aspire maps just have this hit object count check disabled, or are they fixed to not have that discrepancy? So, to map for Aspire, you have to have a submittable beat map. You have to have your beat map able to submit scores. Otherwise, it is not considered for the contest. So it's not like they're fixed. They are just, they never had this issue. How, like, poetic that it was on Data Corruption Symphony. Of all of the maps that you could get this on, how fitting is it that it's on Data Corruption Symphony? The world works in mysterious ways, huh? This bug has the potential to open so much weight if cheating in Osu, and that's scary. No, it doesn't. You're completely missing the point of what it actually does. It's really cool, though. Thank you for sending me this video. This is an awesome video. Oh, okay, hold on. There's a response. Seems like the situation around this beat map has become somewhat of controversy, so let me clear things up from our side. Map has been loved for years, but scores could not be submitted due to it being broken. In recent times, we no longer allow such beat maps in the loved section, but this and one other were forgotten about since these regulations came into play. Yesterday, a group of individuals exposed an abuse vector which involved corrupting audio files, which causes the game to enter an unknown state. We were only made aware of this yesterday, but apparently has been known about and abused in at least one other beat map for months. Our immediate actions match standard process. We take precautionary action, notice precautionary action, against users which are abusing bugs. We're not yet sure if this bug has wider implications. That's actively being investigated as we speak. Patch for the vulnerability will be released soon. Of note, this only affects stable. Restrictions are placed where users are clearly breaking rules. In this case, 3 users which were publishing the exploits on Reddit, Twitter, and YouTube were restricted. Restrictions are not permanent bans. They're tools we use to deal with edge case scenarios. In this case, due to irresponsible disclosure, we want the users to reach out so we can correct the situation and avoid further abuse of bugs. To players that find game-breaking mechanics, we ask that you responsibly disclose them to us. This saves everyone huge headaches. I'll address a few concerning arguments I've seen posted that honestly make me want to stop running the service. You're banning users that are helping you rather than cheaters or other actually heinous crime. Team handling each of these tasks are different. Handles particular case with the advice of a few others. We wanted to react fast in case it causes issues across actual ranked beat maps, or was a security issue to users. OSZ files with corrupt and unknown MP3 files have been flying around as part of this. Is a good, point, right? This is just a really cool glitch. You may think that, but unless you understand the internals of what's going on here, that's not necessarily true. Had users in question here reach out with more details, but as I already said, we're not sure of the full scope of the issue, and personally I could not make that call until we are done with analysis. Again, we have this kind of procedure from previous cases where cool glitches turn out to be software security or leaderboard consistency risks. Generally, the people who use this kind of exploit intentionally do not share it with us because they want to capitalize on it, aka keep their scores up on the leaderboards. Osu community spread out thinner than ever across so many social networks and Discord servers, so it's more appreciated than ever if individuals can raise concerns about things like this. If we act on this sooner and responsibly, we can avoid turmoil. Yeah, firstly, f*** you if you say this. You aren't welcome in my or the wider community. Secondly, this is very reasonable. For what it's worth, it's just the bugged map that was unloved. The original, the debug version, is still up and is still loved and it still has scores on it. I guess if he's saying that they weren't made aware, this is kind of like an issue on both sides, right? It is the dev team being a little bit out of touch, yeah, sure. But I do think benefit of the doubt can be given, and you gotta approach them directly. They work directly, right? Maps getting unloved and the daily streaks getting lost. 2 years of daily streak. This is partially their fault for not, disclosing it and instead making a show of it. You know what I mean? I'll be honest, I find myself more on the dev team's side than ever these days for some reason. Forcefully submitting a score like this is basically replay editing. It kind of is. You are right. It's not replay editing in the obvious sense. So you side with the police as well? Okay, so we're comparing playing with blocks and telling people that actually try and put the round block in the round hole just for good faith. Insane straw man is the first message. When Strawberry Trapper got passes, nothing happened. That's the thing, right? You gotta understand that he's correct saying the Osu community is spread out thinner than ever. If this was 15 years ago, they would have known instantly because all of the activity at all related to Osu is all happening on the Osu forums, right? This is why I think forums are legitimately the best place for a central community hub to happen. But the trouble is, because there are so many fractured communities in Osu now, there's not one big centralized community anymore, which means forums are out of fashion. Like, none of the top players use the forums, or very few of them anyway. They're all, like, off in their own little places. To Zuma Brain, but I've never interacted with any forum ever. I think forums being lost to time is one of the biggest crimes of the internet. I think Reddit is the worst thing to ever happen to the internet. Insanely dyslexic, though. Any wall of text is like, nah, I'm good. That is fair. That is fair. I do see that point of view. Right, I need to take a quick break. That was a really cool video. I'm so thankful that that got sent to me. I'm so thankful that I found out more about that bug. It's an interesting situation. I feel for the dev team, I really do, because they're getting a lot of shit for this for no reason. Like, there is zero reason for them to ever have shit for this. But it's time to warm up, and before I warm up, I'm gonna go pee. And before I go pee, I'm gonna put a replay on for you and pause the music.